And I think they've been trying to get involved with emergency preparedness for the community and things like that.
Okay. And is there other committees? What are the committees? I believe there's some other.
There's some committees that are formed for particular projects, ad hoc committees that crop up when Mission College was trying to figure out how to expand. They had 5 different possible expansion plans. You know, there was a lot of community discussion. Well, that required a lot of work and a lot of reading of the EIRs and those things. So we formed an ad hoc committee that actually is still working ongoing, because they do have this multi-year expansion plan. So these things come up as they're needed, in addition to the standing committees like Budget Committee and schools and seniors and things like that.
We have the election committee as well.
Oh, you do have an election committee also?
Yeah, we're going to be having an election in September. We don't have the exact date, but it's a great opportunity for the community to get involved.
September 2007.
That is correct.
So if someone wants to run, they can come down, and what is the process for someone that comes down that's watching the show, let's say today, and says, you know what, I want to get involved in making the community better. I want to get involved in coming to their meetings. First of all, I'm going to ask you a 4-part question. Question number 1, when are your meetings?
Our meetings are every 4th Thursday of the month. We meet at Hubbard Elementary at 6:30 p.m. in the auditorium.
And it goes from 6:30 to what time?
Depends. Sometimes it goes till 9 when we want to get out on time, but sometimes we've gotten out at 9:30 because there's been an issue that needed longer discussion.
Okay, okay.
And land use meets every...
Land use meets usually the 1st and 3rd Mondays, Monday evenings of the month, at the Neighborhood Council office at 6:30 to about 8:30. And occasionally that gets shifted. New Year's, 4th of July, we move that back a week. So it's helpful to check one of your local posting locations, maybe once a week, but around the beginning of the week, or even over the weekend, if you can get there and find out when these meetings are. Some of the committees just kind of meet as they have the opportunities, a little more fluid schedule.
Yeah, Outreach meets every other week. We've been trying to meet every 2 weeks right now because we do have those projects pending. You know, because we're really trying to work close with the election committee to try to get as many candidates out. So.
Okay. And what if someone is watching TV tonight and they say, you know, besides they want to get involved, how do they get in touch with you guys? How does somebody reach you?
Well, they
Where's
can
your
call
address?
the
Where's your office? What's the number?
Phone
What's
number?
your email?
Our phone number to the Neighborhood Council office is 818-833-8737. Our address is 13515 and a half Hubbard Street. Our office is next door to our new councilman, Richard Alarcon's office.
Okay.
And they can come by, they can call, they can leave a message. My phone number is on the message machine, which is 818-470-1868. And we're also on the Department of Empowerment webpage. They can reach us through there and leave a number. We have
a main email box as well at sylmarnc.org, sylmarnc@verizon.net is the main email box. Or we go to our website, which is www.sylmarnc.org.
Okay, okay. And are your board members paid?
No, I haven't checked my checking account, but no.
Okay, so you guys you volunteer basically.
You're volunteer, yes.
That's very nice. That's very nice. What kind of people do you seek for the neighborhood council? What kind of people do you look for, not just for the committee, but to join as a board member for the neighborhood council? What kind of people do you seek?
I think we look for diversity. Yes. I think the bottom line is really looking for people with a commitment to the community, or that are willing to commit to coming to the meetings, that have maybe some extra time to go to committee meetings, get involved in projects, that maybe have a passion in a particular area, that are willing to devote some time and energy towards the betterment of the community and helping other members of the community. But I think we really want a wide range of people with a wide range of interests.
Yeah,
okay.
I think we would, people with passion to serve, because it is very time consuming for some of us, but it's also very rewarding when you see what comes out of a cleanup, or the paints, the sidewalks being painted. It's really something to celebrate. So
on that note, I'm gonna go a little further with that. What do you get out of being involved with the neighborhood council? We'll start with you, Nick. You're not getting paid. You live in Sylmar, right? So what I mean, what do you get out of it?
I actually moved to Sylmar 4.5 years ago from North Hollywood, and you know, from a cute little place. Now I've got a nice little, you know, horse place, and it's really neat. But I wanted to get plugged into the community, and you know, there's a lot of diverse groups and people that come and go, and people commute a long ways for work. Now, after 3 years on the neighborhood council, I really do feel connected. I do really have a lot of pride in the community, and I see the people that come out and get involved and the ones that don't, and I see some of the history. I just went hang gliding with the hang glider. Sylmar is the hang gliding capital of the world, and I just got to hang glide for my first time off that mountain a couple weeks ago. Unbelievable, unbelievably great things we have in Sylmar with the colleges and the horse people, the hang gliders, the youth, great diversity of churches, real good family community.
Very good, very good. Lynn?
Well, I'd say that I really got involved because we moved to Sylmar almost 4 years ago, and moved there for the space, for the size of the lots, the sort of agricultural, the last legs of agricultural things in the valley. So we were sort of faced with development right next to us, and we found ourselves very frustrated, and we felt very ignorant about the process of, you know, how zoning happens, how developments are approved, how the community, you know, can be involved in that, and have maybe some input there. So we gradually became more involved with our council person and became aware of the neighborhood council, and realized that, you know, really in order to have a voice, that we needed to get more involved, and that we needed to help other people educate themselves on how they could possibly, you know, address concerns or development issues like we had.
Very good. And Tammy, if you can elaborate, you've been a president since the beginning. What do you get out of it? I mean, I know you work a lot of hours. I know you're very involved with it, going to all these meetings and keeping everything in check. What do you get out of it?
I've gotten a tenfold reward out of it. I love working with the community. I love hearing people say, God, you guys did a really great job, and that they've gotten involved and that we have made a difference. That to me is my pay. You know, the fact that I'm able to touch somebody in my community to make their life better, that's my pay. That's my payday.
That's nice.
So I chose to do this, and I love it. I love the people. I've met some great individuals, not just in the neighborhood council, but I've had the great opportunity to go up to Sacramento with our councilmen. Nice. I've met some senators. I've met the mayor. So I've been really blessed.
So you're having a good time.
It's a wonderful experience. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to get to you guys on the All Things Positive show, because it is a positive show and it does highlight people making a difference in the community, and Sylmar Neighborhood Council is definitely doing that. You guys were brought to my attention. I know one big success you guys had was the hotel sex offender issue that took place, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff. So right now we're going to talk about some of the successes you guys had with the neighborhood council, Sylmar Neighborhood Council. Can you go into some of that stuff for me, please?
Yeah, I'll let Nick cover Edison, because we had a big battle with Edison, but I can cover the sex offender issue. Was that we had some concerned neighbors that found out that there were these sex offenders staying at a Super 8 hotel. Okay. Right at, you know, our local hotel. We only have 2, you know. Right. So, and it's right by the freeway, so everybody uses it. Right. Anyway, we found out that there were 36 plus sex offenders there. Wow. And there's only 120 rooms, and they each get their own room. And the community was very upset, and they came to the neighborhood council for support, you know, to get them removed. The process wasn't just so much removing them. It was also making sure that we weren't trespassing as well. So we worked really closely with our mission department, police department, with Captain Villegas, our mayor's office, with our councilman's office, senator, and assembly, and we really band together to not only get them removed, but not for them not to come back, but we also, the neighborhood council was the first to write 3 pieces of legislation, which we went up to Sacramento to represent. And they're in committee, so I'm very proud to say they didn't throw them out, and we're still working on those issues as well as